Welcome to the next episode of Smart Talks. We have a very important topic for this week. It's really exciting and really important. This week's topic is about closeness with friends and colleagues. From a values perspective, it's important to have close friends and also be close with the people around us. The Torah, given at Mount Sinai to 2.5 million individuals. What was it that made those individuals a nation? The Maharal of Prague explained this, that Torah was a gift not to individuals but to a nation, that when they came together as a nation, it says, Ish achad belev achad, like one person, like one heart. And when we're around people who are, sometimes we have friends who are just toxic, you just don't enjoy being next to them. They're just not, you look back and you say, okay, well, why did I just spend that hour, 2 hours with them? I just feel so drained. When we're ish echad belev echad, i.e. in one mindset, in a similar goals and similar values and a similar experience, then we transition from being a group of individuals to a nation.
This is interesting as well because, I think built into this as a person, as a seeker, and a millennial who doesn't necessarily want to conform to any specific label, it does beg questioning, well, do we all have to be and believe the same things in order to be in friendship? To me, a lot of my friends have completely different beliefs, but they do have similar values.
Right.
And I think that's where the unifying aspect is, that we do ultimately show up in the world in similar ways with similar values. We might not agree on things. In fact, many of my friends challenge me, and I love that. I thrive off of that interaction with my friends. But at the end of the day, we do care about and have values that are close to us that align. So I just wanted to kind of have that there for people listening in that are like, so we only hang out with people that are just like us, same religion, same belief system, same thing. It's like, you can. That if that helps you and supports you and you feel better, you can. But I always push back in that having that sort of the differences and the colors allows us to build our tolerance among differences. It's unity, not uniformity.
Right. Well, I think let's define it in a way of positive friendships versus negative friendships. Do we have positive friendships that are people who help us achieve, help us become better people, help us, who are aligned with our values, our ideals, or even may have different opinions, but they're positive as a group to achieve? Or are those people that are negative to us, that are bringing us down? Are they detrimental to who I am, who I could be?
Great. Yeah, no, that's a great litmus test.
I like that. I think it's a good balance. In the startup world, a lot of the things that we see is creating a culture of success, that bringing people together. So they may have ping pong or games in the office space. Why? Because they want people to become friends. They want people to come closer. They want people to have interaction outside of the transactional environment of work. And I think that when it comes to friends, that's also important. It's not as much about transactions, but it's about the experience, the friendship, the shared values that we come together for. It's
a great balance too. I mean, at work, you spend more time with your colleagues than you do sometimes with your family, your intimate relationships. So I think it's really, and it is an intimate relationship, your colleagues. So it's so important to really foster that sort of authentic connection. To me, I spend a lot of time with my colleagues. They are some of my best friends. It starts to intertwine, and I want to make sure that when we're spending leisure time together, whether we're unpacking some difficulties in life or something personal, that we're not also then letting that bleed into work, that we do make a differentiation. We're working now, let's also have a good time together and having that work-life balance.
Right. I think it's important to also go in and define what is close friends. We have friends. We have a lot of friends through social media. We've got
3,000 friends on Facebook.
Yes.
But how many are
how many do you talk to on a regular basis? Or not even talk to verbally, but send an iMessage or a Facebook message. We have a lot of different friends, but what are those close friends? So close friends are those, we have close friends, we have relatives, people, family members who we're really close with. So we're going to put them aside because those are important relationships, and they're important for a separate discussion on how do we foster our relationships and our closeness to the people who are in our lives who we are related to. But let's focus on friends.
Cool.
And friends are those people who we have deep, intense conversations about the most important issues in our lives. Who do you put besides a family member on your emergency contact? Who do you list as the person to call when you need help with something? Who's that person that's going to help you move into your new apartment?
Right.
Those are important friends. Those aren't just the friends that you just casually like on Facebook. Some people, they just crowdsource. Okay, moving into my new apartment, who's available on Monday to help me move in? But the people that show up, those are the making of your close friends.
I agree, totally.
And I think that by being connected to those close friends, we can actually enhance our own lives and be better people. But how do we foster those friendships? How do we sort of become better friends in those ways? Friendship needs work.
Absolutely. And it deserves work. It's not, like anything, deserves work, but my friendships are built over time with a lot of investment from both sides, and that's the making of, I think, any great relationship.
So if we were to categorize these into specific steps, I think that 1, we need to make an effort in our friendships. 2, it's not just about our perspective. We should ask our friends, those people who are in our lives consistently, take a moment to ask them, what do they think? What do they want to do? If we're planning something, planning an event, planning a get-together, ask around to those people who are most important to you what they want to do, what type of food do they want to eat, what are their interests, do they like physical activity, do they like hiking, or do they like just hanging out at home doing nothing? So it's also important to be open to making friends and new friends. And how do you do that? By prioritizing work and friendship, in a sense that work is important, family is important, and friendship is important.
Yeah, and we outgrow, just like what you were saying, we outgrow friendships sometimes, because a friend once told me, thank God for them, because they tell me things like this that I'm able to then recycle, is that sometimes your third grade teacher can't get you through middle school, right? Like sometimes your friends that are there for you at certain times in your life, you just outgrow them, or they no longer, not that it's all about serving you a purpose, but like they no longer serve the same purpose, and you just don't meet each other's needs at that time. You're just not in the same place. And for me, I've moved around a lot, and to be able to be open to making new friends and to be open to being guided in that sort of way, like there's a new nugget for me to learn from this friend, or maybe the fact that we're parting ways is not for me to beat myself up over, because I have many friends that are kind of outgrowing friendships right now. It's okay. It might just be that you're at a different place and they are, and who knows what will happen in the future. But right now you really have to honor where you are, and to continue to buy yourself that friend, to really put in and invest into new friendships. They might really blow your mind. And I know for me, speaking from experience, some of my newest friendships are some of the most incredible ones ever.
Right. And I think taking the time to make conscious steps, to be with those friends, to interact with those friends, no matter who they are, maybe they're new friends, old friends, whatever it is, spending those times, it deserves your effort.
Yeah.
And I think that if we can take one lesson is that friendships are important.
Totally. I don't know where I'd be without my friends. I mean, they're my adoptive family, especially being far away from home, 3,000 miles away from my mom and dad. It's like, it is tricky. And so to have people that you can call on and ask opinions, to have mentors and advisors are great, but your friends that get you and they're there with you and they've been there, I mean, it's invaluable.
Nice. Awesome. Cool. So if you could take a moment.
To be our friend.
That'd be great. Friend us on Facebook, like us on Instagram, engage with us. Tell us a little bit about some of those friendships, some of the people that you really cherish in your lives, who are really those people who you're going to call in a crisis to help you.
Yeah, tag a friend here. I think they deserve knowing. We have to really celebrate our friendships and let them know.
And hopefully you've gained a lot of value from this discussion. Thank you.
See you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.